Hello, my name is Valentine, and in this video I'm going to describe the goals of this channel, so you could decide whether it's something you'd be interested in keeping an eye on. And furthermore, if you'll see it as something worth supporting, I will outline a few avenues for that as well. Let's get right to it. While the contents of this channel will of course be in video format, it's not what my activity is about. My work on YouTube consists of three things: captioning videos narrated in English, translating English captions into my native Russian, and, when need arises, ironing out wrinkles in other people's submissions. At least to the extent that my experience permits. So, what you can expect from this channel are short updates, notifying subscribers of when a video has been kitted out with captions. Those won't be anything fancy. Minimal editing, maybe a rogue visual pun here and there. Just something I could quickly throw together after sending the submission in. The general format will look like this. The update will, understandably, open with a notification of captions being finished and published, followed by a short synopsis of the video in question, so you could immediately see whether it's something you'd be interested in watching. After that, I'll be telling you what video will likely be next, so if you're only interested in certain creator, you know ahead of time whether their stuff is coming or not. This is where I'll also be able to give more detail on behind the scenes goings on, if there is something highly anticipated, or if a certain video is beyond my translating capabilities. And at the end, there will be a section where I thank all the people who helped along the way. You know, so the country knew its heroes. And this is my segue into how you can help part of the video. Now, I've been told more than once that I have a way with words in both languages I speak. And while that is flattering, I'm well aware of my limitations. On top of that, even though majority of my recent translating revolved around gaming topics, I myself am not, strictly speaking, a gamer. I play a selection of games, know a bunch of gaming vocabulary, but that's basically that. So I have no doubt in my mind that, as I work, certain things fly over my head. Perhaps there are names that have canonic spellings or translations. There is lore, there is context, there are references and allusions that likely get unnecessarily distorted or lost in my translation, simply because I've never touched Warhammer or watched Clone Wars or whatnot. So that is the first way you can lend me a hand. If you recognize a mistake on my part, or see obvious ignorance of something important, come to this channel and comment on the update video for that submission. Same for typos, botched timing, misused terms and other unsightly blunders. I do comb through my submissions several times, before and after sending them in. But I'm just one guy, limited by my own experience and attention span. I'm sure there is plenty to find. I'll be keeping an eye on your findings, compiling them, and submitting corrections, along with my newest captions for that creator. That is to save their time and not bog them with resubmissions every couple days. For the same reason, I would ask you not to fix things yourself. There are many of you, and likely many things to polish up, on top of stuff that can be flipped back and forth depending on one's opinion. Hundreds of resubmissions will just irritate the creators and make them reluctant to engage with this side of content making at all. So let me take care of congregation, and I'll make sure your name appears on the honor roll. The second way you can help me is the obvious one, as currently there is no way to directly monetize caption writing on YouTube, outside of making agreements with creators themselves, and I want to lift as much of my upkeep off them as I can. In addition, I'm looking to expand my work to more serious topics, such as mental health and recovery from different forms of abuse. This was one of my goals for a long time, and I don't want any barriers between me and helping to share and promote that knowledge. That is to say that any work I'll be doing towards those topics will always come at no expense for the creator. I'm hoping to contact and establish rapport with several producers of such content, and if all goes to plan, introduce more people to wealth of invaluable information from a variety of sources. With luck, it will result in cross-promotion between a number of healers, scholars and teachers, whose mission is to help people recognize, counteract, and ideally prevent abuse and its effects. But enough daydreaming. For now, every bit of financial support would be appreciated. I won't be presenting any technical details here, as it may be subject to change, so you'll find all the pertinent information in the channel description. It's easier to update like that. so there wouldn't be 11,000 videos about new inventive ways I found for you to shower me with food stamps. Lastly, if you have neither advice nor resources to spare, you can still assist me in one final way. As I've mentioned in the captioning guide, motivation is important for pulling off this monotonous work. I mean, I'm introverted, and I've gone this far without needing to tug at anyone's sleeve, but no one enjoys feeling invisible.
It's bullshit.
There are days when I'm really not looking forward to spending several hours seductively staring at the screen. And even at the best of times, I work quicker and with less effort when I know for certain that there is someone waiting for the result. And I'm sure it's not just me. There's plenty enough people who sink hours into making handcrafted captions and thought-out translation. So, if you find those useful and enjoyable, don't forget to stroll up to the description and look up the person who worked on them. If they have the discussion tab enabled in their profile, a few words of appreciation won't go amiss. Seeing that you're not just exerting yourself in a vacuum can really be a difference between 10 hours of work and feeling spent, and 6 hours of work and feeling excited. That may even encourage them to work on more videos.
Help the humans, help yourselves.
And that is all I had to say. Thanks for sticking around.